part 2 of the Brother Trouble playthrough thingamajig, but with a version comparison. Yeah, it exists. This is part 2. It will mostly focus on the 1.0 demo, but because I don't want to go over 16 minutes, I actually instead forgot to play Speed Dust Factory in the first special stage. So, for 0.5, let's show those in this second part. Speed Dust Factory. Again, only Act 1 finished. This is actually my favorite zone in this version. But however, Marky instead decided on why he wanted to remove this zone for the demo. And he gave a single answer. He just thought that it didn't feel quite like a Sonic level, and said screw it, and decided to let people use the zone in their own ROM hacks. It's unknown which ROM hacks use this zone, but well, who knows. This is still my favorite zone in this version, though. No joke. Because you do obviously go fast, because it's called Speed Dust. So that means you go fast. The PSG breaks at the very start of the song. But hey, at least it's not a minor sound bug, because it does that every time. Probably due to the PSD being silent whenever that happens. Now that was Act 1, my favorite zone in this version, even if it's unused onwards. And now it's time for the first special stage. Remember, go here, otherwise you're screwed. After I clear the special stage, I'll consider it the end for 0.5. And then I'll move on to 1.0. Nearly hit the gold. There. Now that was 0.5. The first version of the game release. Now, in that case, let's move on to the 1.0 demo, in which the ROM hack got reset in this build, due to it feeling a bit too crappy, probably. The demo is so good, though. We got a new improved tile screen. We still got the same looking option screen. The color test still doesn't exist. And the sound test exists. Yeah, it exists. It now has the KX pianos on them, alongside the flowers. Still don't get the scrolling backgrounds. You also got an FM test to test the FM instruments to see if they are working properly, as well as the PSG test. For these two options, get ready to hurt your ears if you're wearing headphones, especially with PSG. And you got the DAC test to test the drums to see if they work, obviously. The level select now exists in this build, but isn't usable until you clear the demo. And also, you might be wondering, how many levels are playable in this version? Well, the demo only has 3 levels, and it's all Emerald Island, which is now properly named. So let's start the demo. And now, for the first time ever, we finally get a hub world where you can choose the level you want to play. There's only 3 levels right now in the special stage. But however, there's no status bar in this version, and you don't get scrolling here. So it's technically a small one. Now Emerald Island has been improved a lot. And it now has Emerald Hill music playing. This Act 1's level layout would later be changed a bit in the final release and be used in Act 2. And I died. But well, Emerald Island now has its proper name. What's still missing is the spin dash dust. And also the crashes for the sound test and Manic himself are still present here. These bugs would not be fixed until Rev 21. But well, this build is pretty good and all, but well, it's still pretty outdated. You still got the old HUD, meaning that the source code for 0.5 was transferred here and improved a lot. And also, you don't get special stage in the levels anymore. They instead appear in the hub world. And since there's only 3 levels in this build, are the other levels having any progress? Nope, they're just the original Sonic 1 levels. Because I checked with the cheat codes, and it's confirmed that they are the original Sonic 1 levels. And now we have original music for the special stages. Otherwise, the special stages still look identical to 0.5. At this time, the ROM hack had to restart, meaning that, well, you instead get to just, well, you know, get different level designs. Such. I don't know what to say, but whatever. Don't worry. And also, I've watched the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and I've really freaked out. Also, it turns out that Act 2's level design in this build went unused in later builds. Yeah, this level layout would not return at all. But well, it's still enjoyable. But well, I can't get enough. But well, that's enough Emerald Hill music. We will keep hearing Emerald Hill music in its original until the final release. I could not access the I'm not gonna access the second special stage and the other 4 because they're just still the original because they're still the original S1 layouts. Also, now Emerald Island Act 3 now has an original boss, and yikes. These bosses are nightmare hard. You just have to know that these bosses in this build are actually hard. And yep, they're really that hard. Especially when you only get to have 3 rings in this. Like, Sonic 1, the first bosses in a Sonic game are supposed to be pretty easy. And maybe these types of bosses were meant to be for, I don't know, the pros, meaning that this ROM hack was probably meant for the pro players. But well, if you're like me, kind of, and you keep hitting these stupid boulders, then well, you must get better at these. Just learn the pattern. don't don't touch these green ball things. And just try to get in a pattern. Like, try to remember when you're about to drop one of these things. And then try to go between the two on the spot you're in. And if you're like me and you're a pro at this boss, then good job. You are good at this game. And now we have now we have a partially out of the screen capsule. And that was the 1.0 demo. There's no original S1 level select. Congratulations, demo complete, level select unlocked. That's the only thing you get in this demo. There's no debug mode. There's no original level select. No, you just have no. Pressing any of the face buttons won't let you get debug mode. So therefore, you can't even do the thing that you want to. You have the level select. Only Emerald Island is playable because the other 3 zones are still the original S1 layouts. So let's go to Act 2 as Mac. Also remember when the game would crash with constant address errors every time you played the sound test? Whereas Mac, on real hardware, and on emulators that support address errors? Well, guess what? That still happens here. This version still has that unfinishedness. Also, Mac has different sprites between builds. Some of Mac's sprites are still the original S1 palette swapped ones. So you got the ground dash, according to the Retro Wiki page, which is basically just a spin dash, but you don't need to charge it. And you can even throw Mac's drumstick. Mac doesn't have proper running sprites in this build, so he still has his normal walking runs. Also, unlike the later versions, Mac can't actually climb up the walls. That would not be until, I don't know, maybe the final version, where he finally could do so. It's just interesting on how far this game had changed over the years. And also, Mac has his own sprites in the hub world, which is great. Anyways, I'll do a new part of these tomorrow, like every day. So, but there's only gonna be 5 parts, or episodes, if you just want to call it that. But anyways, this was part 2, showing the rest of the levels that 0.5 has to offer, as well as the 1.0 demo. But basically, that's all that 1.0 can bring, as well as 0.5. Well, tomorrow I will focus on the Rev 21 build, which was exclusively uploaded through Sonic Retro, but only on forums, not on the wiki page, and emailed to me after I wanted that exclusive build because nowadays that original Sonic Retro Wiki displays a 404 error now. Well, tomorrow I'll do part 3, and it's gonna be Rev 21. So yeah, see ya.